got some nice stuff to look at this week on Live Fire Friday. Especially those. Check this out. It is July 18th, 2025, and it is time for Live Fire Friday with me, Rob Carter, from Shooters of Columbus. No easy way to be free. All right, so Anthony told me to meet him in the fun corner, and if you ever hear us talk about the fun corner, this is the corner that we're talking about. So let's go see what Anthony has this week for us to check out. All right, so there it is. There's Anthony right there in the fun section. What's up, Anthony? How you doing? Live Fire Friday. Before we get to Live Fire Friday, remind everybody that you can win a... In fact, let me show everybody real quick. Yes. Check this out. So you guys can win this safe right here. Remember last week we talked about it? Well, here is the safe that you can win that can help out the Harris County Humane Society. Once again, only 300 tickets are going to be sold, $25 each, $3, $4, $60, and you can win this champion safe. It's a nice safe, Anthony. All right. Oh, by the way, this store is huge. If you've never been here before, extremely big store. All right, let's walk over here real quick. Got that out of the way. Make sure to get your tickets. Once again, 1 for $25, 3 for $60. You can win, what is that, $3,000, that safe, roughly?
Yeah, roughly.
So about $3,000, you can win that safe. All right, so now it's time for Live Fire Friday. We have a lot of really nice stuff to check out.
So many new deals and bargains.
So, Anthony, I'm assuming you want to start from here and then work our way to the really cool stuff?
So, we got 3 items here that are kind of going to be a one-time big bargain we got going on. And then we got 3 new items that we have never carried before that we're going to start stocking. And if you guys like them, we'll carry them even more.
All right.
So, we're going to start on this end and just, work our way down, like you said. First off, right here, I have got... This is from a Slovenian company known as Rex. They make most of the military firearms for that country. This is the Rex 01. This is kind of, the best way I can describe it, it's kind of like a 226 clone. It's very similar to the SIG 226. Nice steel frame, hammer fired firearm. Got our safety here. We got our decocker there. Very similar to 226 decocker and slide stop. Bam, there. 17 round mags. I believe 2 mags. Yeah, 2 mags. So we've got 4 of these. This is honestly a very comfortable firearm. Fits my hand very well. If you got big hands, this will fit hand. Not so much if you got little hands. We got 4 of these guys. We are giving these away for a stupid low price. Come on in and see the number. We got them in the counter over by the used counter with little tags in front of them, little sales tags. Ridiculously low price. And if you get this, you also get a free box of MagTech Full Metal Jacket 9mm ammo. You get a full box ammo plus the gun. If anyone's seen these or recognized what these were selling for, we were selling them for less than half of what they were going for. Plus box of ammo.
And if you want to get in contact with Shooters of Columbus, all the contact information is in the description for this video, so you can check it out right there. So
great, honestly, great duty sidearm. Something great for, you want something for the house, something to keep on your hip. This is a really nice gun. They're built really well. Just haven't been as popular stateside, but these shoot well. I've put some rounds through a few of them. They're awesome guns, and if you're looking for a good all-metal hammer-fired pistol for a really good budget, plus the ammo's covered, there it is.
There you go. That means you can come here, purchase this, and then you get that free box of ammo. Then you can just run next door to the range and put some rounds through it and see how you like it.
Yeah.
All right, so now we got some slides up here.
We do. So this is new not only for us, this is new for Glock. So I had 3 of these in hand. I didn't grab all of them over because I was lazy and didn't want to carry all of them across the building. As Rob said, it's a very big building. So I've got 2 of the examples here, and then there's the 3rd one. So Glock has started doing OEM, so original manufacturer from them, Gen 3 MOS slides. So Gen 3 Glocks never came with the MOS system, and those who are not familiar, the MOS system is their optic plate system. So it's built into the slide. Take this off, it comes with a series of plates that allow you to fit the different footprints of pistol optics that exist on the market. Gen 3 never came in MOS. There was a one-off military contract that they did, but that was never available to the civilian market. The MOS system didn't officially reach the civilian market until Gen 4. Well, as we talked about, Glock's doing a lot of changes, a lot of shakeup with the company. Gen 4 was gone. It's been pretty much completely discontinued. Most of Gen 3 and 5 are also gone. However, their primary firearms are still going in the Gen 3 and Gen 5s. So Gen 3 is kind of the standard still worldwide, despite the 2 generations after. Gen 3 is still the only generation that is legal in our not so friendly states, especially California with the roster. Gen 3 Glocks are the only ones allowed in that state. So to appease that and to meet the massive aftermarket that does exist for Gen 3, they've started making their own slides in MOS. So I've got the Glock 34, which is the long slide here. I've got the 17, which is this full-size sidearm, and then we also have the Glock 19 slide over there as well. What's great about these, Gen 3 is the basis, kind of the footprint that all the other companies, the aftermarket companies, use and base their parts off of. So even if you don't have a Glock frame, let's say you have a Polymer 80 frame, maybe you have one of the Lone Wolf Alpha frames, the list goes on and on, those are Gen 3 compatible, you could get a actual Glock slide for those. Also, already tells me that the Ruger RXM that recently came out is fully compatible across the board with Gen 3 as well and could take the Gen 3 19 slide. So, I wanted to show these off. These are really cool. They did the front serrations on all 3 of these, similar to what Gen 5 does. This wasn't a thing they did during Gen 3. The front serrations was a Gen 4 introduction as well. So it kind of gives you a Gen 3 compatible slide, but with all the features that are familiar on a Gen 5, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, we've got these in all 3 sizes of the original 9mm handguns, 19, 17, 34. You know, if you got a full-size frame, like a Glock 17 frame, either one of these slides could go on it. I am getting one of these, in fact, because I've got an old rough texture frame 17, and I would like to have a 34 slide for it. It's just a really cool thing we're going to be doing now.
All right, and it looks like we got a couple more Mark builds, right?
Ooh, we got some bundles here that Mark slapped together. So this is fun because we have 2 carbines here that kind of cover both sides of the spectrum of the price range. We've got the very budget-friendly, financially conscious build here that all the decisions that were made here were to, still get quality product, but it gives you something within a budget where you're not breaking the bank. And then this guy right here
Breaks the bank.
it could break the bank. This is going to be the highest quality parts that we could get together and all kind of build a nice fighting carbine with. So what we'll do, I will actually start with the budget-friendly one next to you, Rob, and then we'll work up to the financially unconscious one.
Okay, let's do this.
So first things first, what we got here, this is the Smith & Wesson M&P 3. So everyone knows the M&P series from Smith & Wesson. This has been one of the better budget ARs that's been on the market for longer than I would like to say the number out loud, because I'm going to feel bad and Rob's going to feel bad, and we just don't need that.
Yeah, exactly.
A long time. So the new Gen 3 from the M&P series, what they have done, they've gotten rid of the what's kind of an antiquated version of the AR now, which was the carbine length, front sight block, and then your round carbine hand guards. That's just not really how ARs are anymore. What they've done now instead, they replaced it. They've done a mid-length gas system, so they extended that gas system, which reduces your dwell time and kind of brings down the recoil on the firearm. And they've put a full-length, lightweight M-lock handguard on here, so that brings down the overall weight of the firearm, and that gives you attachment points all around. 360 on the handguard all the way out to the very far end. So if you want, you can reach all the way out here or wherever is comfortable for your length of pull. To show that, we've thrown a couple things on here. So we've got a B5 furniture kit here. So we've placed the stock pistol grip, and then we have a front vertical grip with full B5 furniture, which is just a nice little upgrade over your basic waffle stock A2 grip and then lack of a grip here. So nice little just furniture upgrade for comfort. So we've got the vertical grip there, so you can see, get a good C-clamp on the front there, that gives you position there. You put your thumb up here on the pressure switch to the light we have mounted on here. So we have a Streamlight ProTac 2 up here. Cool thing about the ProTac 2s, they are definitely budget friendly compared to the Surefire. However, they have an incredible output. I've actually got a ProTac on 2 of my carbines at home, and they come with the pressure switch, which is a big deal. A lot of other lights on the market do not come with the pressure switch. So this is already here. So as you can see, we've got it set up right where your thumb's gonna fall. So we've got the momentary switch. So if I tap that, I can momentarily activate it. Or we have the push button here. So if I click the button, it keeps the light on. And as you can see here, that is quite a light output. You see, I can actually aim it at the ceiling and have a pretty good spotlight on the ceiling there. I don't know if the LED lights are messing up with the camera.
Yeah, it looks like you can't really tell, but we tried, ladies and gentlemen.
So, you know, we've got a good little setup here. You've got your light, and you've got a nice furniture set. And lastly, we slapped on here a nice budget-friendly optic setup. So both of these are Holosun. Holosun, regardless of what you hear, makes incredible made products. They are inexpensive, and everyone thinks that pairs with cheap. Cheap and inexpensive are not the same thing. These are inexpensive, but they're not cheaply made. These are actually can hold up to quite a bit. I've seen Holosun products hold up to quite a bit of punishment. My own, I have put through quite the rigor. I have personally seen a 507 pistol optic bounce off of multiple levels of concrete and still work. I do these testing for you guys. But what we have here, so this is the HS510C. So this is kind of a cool little red dot system that they have here. It's got multiple reticles in it. You got the dot or the circle dot, similar to the EOTech system. This particular one is the red color instead of the green. Green's a little more expensive, and you know we're trying to keep the budget friendly on this one. And then mounted behind it, we have the HM3X, which is Holosun's flip to the side magnifier. So this is a 3x magnifier, so I can flip this out of the way. So, you know, if I'm doing close quarter shooting, which I got a bigger length of hold in this, shooting close, I got my red dot mounted right here. And then if I need to shoot a bit farther, I flip this in front. And now I have a 3x magnified optic on here. It just magnifies the red dot in front of there. Very similar amount of magnification as a ACOG or similar optic. And you'll look at this, man, actually the glass on this is very clean. Very clear glass on this. Very clear sight picture. I can spot check my light down there. And then I can move the magnifier out of the way and use the red dot. So we've got this whole package put together. You guys can come in, purchase this, and walk out the door with a finished carbine ready to go that day. All you gotta do is buy the ammo.
Okay, now if money's no object.
No, money's no object. You want to go all in, and you want to be done. I've got here, this is a Geisley Super Duty. So, you know, we've gone up from the Smith & Wesson M&P all the way up to a full Geisley rifle. I love the Geisley Super Duties. So, on this guy, couple of features to point out the difference between like your budget friendly and then your super Gucci guns. We've got full ambidextrous controls on this gun already. So as you see, we've got ambidextrous safety on here. We do have Geisley's extended bolt release, which I love this. I actually buy this part and put it on all my arrows anyway, because I like having that little button right there to easily manipulate my bolt. This guy does come with a Radiant Raptor charging handle. It does come with the nice B5 SOT mod stock. Again, personally, like my favorite stock, the SOT mod stock. This is a clone of the LMT stock that is actually issued on all of the SOCOM M4s in the military. Geisley's own pistol grip here. It's a great straight design and shape, which gives you a much more comfortable and natural angle of grip for when you're using it. A lot of the old pistol grips, like the A2 that was on that Smith, aim back like that, and it's kind of an unnatural grip. But this is more straight. It gives you a much more natural grip of where your hand would sit. So let's talk about some of the things we did here. First off, you'll notice we have a similar sight setup just to kind of compare the two. We also have, you know, your dot and magnifier combo. However, we have upgraded from the Holosun. We are now doing a full EOTech package here. So we've got the EXPS3 here and the G33 magnifier. So the overall setup and manual of arms is the same as the one we just talked about. However, you're getting a bit more durable, a bit better products here. For example, EOTech is going to probably take a much higher beating. These G33 magnifiers, dude, you can beat the hell out of these things and they just keep going. The glass is just a little bit cleaner on these. And another thing with the EOTech, flip this guy over. you'll notice not only do you have your adjustment buttons there, you got another little button right there. That NV stands for night vision. So the EOTech EXPS3 is actually compatible with night vision. Night vision nods, goggles, anything you use. Not every optic is going to show up under night vision. Sometimes it'll be a little blurry. Sometimes the process that they use to display the reticle for you just doesn't show up under night vision. This, however, has a setting where you can push that button and now it will work under night vision. Just a little feature that you get with the higher price set. We do have this on Unity Fast Riser. So the Fast Riser brings the EOTech up a little bit higher and it brings it up to a little bit more of a natural standing point where your head sits. So instead of getting real down and low on it like that, you can have your head up a little more natural, and it's a bit quicker of a draw with your rifle. So instead of bringing the rifle in and getting down on it, you just have your rifle and you can just bring it up to right where your headline is and you can look through the optic and see. On top of that, we move to the front end of the rifle. So for comfort and just a little better grip, we've got the Magpul XTM rail cover system here. So we've got the full M-LOK cover rails on both sides here, and I'll do a little flip. There you go. You can see that, as well as their hand stop on the bottom. So the full-length M-LOK handguard, it comes on the Geisley. It's very smooth. It's great for mounting things, and it's great for being lightweight. But you know, you're getting sweaty, you're getting grime and stuff on your hands while you're shooting or you're regularly running the gun, you're gonna want something that's gonna grip a little bit more. So with these, this is a very nice checkered pattern on here. You can put your hand on here and the gun grips you back. So you've got good full control over your carbine. On top of that, we've got a couple little devices mounted to the front here. So as I talked about, we went up to the Surefire on the front here, their new rifle light, which comes with its own mount. And then we also have the Hollow Sun laser system that we sell here. So this gives you a light and laser combo. And then we also have another device that we sell here. Surefire has a dual pressure switch system. With this dual system, you are able to attach the pressure switch for both your laser and your light onto the same little platform. So I get behind my fighting carbine. I have these two buttons here. I can actuate the laser and I can actuate the flashlight right here from the two different buttons. This gives me full control. I don't have to keep moving around, finding different buttons. So full setup ready to go. If you are someone, again, as we said, if price is no matter and you do have night vision set up, your optic, your IR laser, and everything you have here is fully set up and ready for night shoots under nods. And then finally, the last piece of it all, the Super Duty from Geisley does come with a flash hider that is fully compatible with HuxWorks QD system. So for this one, we threw in a HuxWorks suppressor. So we've got here, this is HuxWorks Flow 556K. The Flow is kind of a revolutionary design. This is very new.
Yeah, these are neat, aren't they?
Yeah, these things are awesome. I've seen them completely dissected at some of the shows, and I think we have a display over by the suppressors as well that show. So instead of a baffle system going through, which are like the rings that go through a typical suppressor, this is a fully 3D printed piece that has kind of like these channels that spin and move through it, sort of like a wind turbine. And what that does is the gases in the system that when you fire the round that travel behind the bullet, they actually move and flow through the can. And what that does is that severely reduces the amount of blowback that the shooter is getting. So typically when you're shooting a suppressed rifle, the gases have nowhere to go. So they come back and they're hitting you in the face as you're behind this thing. So you're shooting, and yes, it's pleasing to the ears, but you're getting this lead-filled gas in your eyes. With the Flow 556K, you'll notice we have all these ports on the front, and all of the gases are going out the front away from the shooter. Also with the design, because all the gases and everything move through the system like that and they travel, it also gives you a much quieter platform. The Flow series from HuxWorks is revolutionary. It's incredible. So with that, we figured with the price is no option rifle here, we went all in. So optic setup, flashlight laser combo, good grip on the handguard, and a suppressor. Again, if you are going night shooting, this is the gun.
That's it.
Yeah, night vision compatible optic, IR laser and a suppressor to not blow out the light settings on your night vision. This is the gun right here. This is a ready to go to war fighting carbine right here. And then all the other features, we didn't really have to upgrade because, you know, with the price you get behind a Geisley, all the other stuff came from Geisley already done up like this. The furniture, a Geisley trigger, the ambidextrous controls, the nice heavy-duty Mark 16 rail, which is what they are issuing to SOCOM now. We just had to add the features. So these are the two packages we got going on right now. The other ones we talked about in our video last week, those are all gone.
Sold.
Yeah, they one of them sold that day, the other one sold that weekend. So guys, if you see something here that you love and you gotta have, get down here
right away,
because this stuff moves.
Especially when we highlight it in our videos. Remember, like, follow, and yeah, everyone's seeing it. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe for more updates like this, so you can know when cool stuff like this makes it to Shooters of Columbus. Anthony, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thanks, dude.